was almost yelling. And that's not the Mamdani that we've seen on TikTok and the great interviews and stuff like that. So I felt like there's a little bit of a character switch here where the warm, open, embracing guy that's close to working people was not on stage tonight, and there was some other voice on stage. That said,
before we get to Mamdani being called out by Democrats for a character switch, this is not the person that they voted for. Something happened behind the scenes that I got to give you guys an update for. And it's about Chuck Schumer. It's about the government shutdown. And I want you to just look at this. So breaking right as polls are about to close last night, right? Senate Democrats are making moves toward reopening the government, with over 12 are now in serious talks to take a deal. This is coming from Punchbowl, a report. It was all a game. They used the shutdown to hopefully juice their leftist base turnout for the elections. You are a disgrace, Chuck Schumer. So I saw this post, millions of views, and many different people are saying, well, the timing is impeccable. Now let's go to Democrats and Zohran Mamdani. So obviously something big happened last night where Republicans were pretty much swept, except for something happened in Minnesota we got to talk about, which a lot of people are saying is a huge W. But Zohran did become mayor last night. Many different people are wishing that Curtis Lee would have dropped out. It would have been more competitive. In fact, it would have probably been in less than 1,000 votes. So we'll actually go to what happened, though, because Zohran went on a violent rhetoric speech, politically, not physically. And, I saw this and I thought, man, this is pretty insane. So I'm going to play the clip of Zohran Mamdani and basically threatening President Trump. Even President Trump was thrown off by the fact that this guy is doing this today. Take a listen.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
So apparently he's trying to say that it's a F around and find out moment for President Trump. I'll show you what President Trump had to say about this. But first, let's go to what the Democrats are feeling. So let's go to CNN real quick. And somebody was panicking. Van Jones was panicking because he felt that he was betrayed, that this is not the guy that he thought was running the campaign. What happened? What was this character switch about? CNN's Van Jones was not a fan of Zohran Mamdani's angry far-left, rage-filled victory speech, says that he missed an opportunity and he somehow just isn't the same guy. Take a listen.
I think he missed an opportunity. I think the Mamdani that we saw on the campaign trail, who was a lot more calm, who was a lot warmer, who was a lot more embracing, was not present in that speech. And I think that Mamdani is the one you need to hear from tonight. There are a lot of people trying to figure out, can I get on this train with him or not? Is he going to include me? Is he going to be more of a class warrior, even in office? I think he missed a chance tonight to open up and bring more people into the tent. I think his tone was sharp. I think he was using the microphone in a way that he was almost yelling. And that's not the Mamdani that we've seen on TikTok and the great interviews and stuff like that. So I felt like there's a little bit of a character switch here where the warm, open, embracing guy that's close to working people was not on stage tonight, and there was some other voice on stage. That said, he's very young, and he just pulled off something that's very, very difficult. And I wouldn't write him off, but I think he missed an opportunity to open himself up tonight, and I think that will probably cost him going forward.
Oh, boy. So that was Van Jones, again, leading what a lot of Democrats felt. They said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Democrats tried, again, there's an infight happening between Democrats and progressives that has been going on for some time. I showed you guys a video. Hey, I said the Democratic Socialists of America are using the Democratic Party to get rid of the old, what they call neoliberal way of thinking. They're not really liberals. They're socialists. They're super far left progressives. And so Van Jones goes on and says that, and Scott Jennings did not miss the opportunity to let America know what's really going on with the Democrats behind this win and what are they actually supporting here.
Scott?
Oh, are you saying he wasn't the unifying voice of a generation that you predicted mere moments ago? Axe, where was the man that you predicted would not slice and dice the? Look, guys, he started his speech by quoting Eugene Debs, who ran for president of the United States 5 times as the Socialist Party of America candidate. He repeatedly attacked people in this. No, I know my socialists. I keep a close eye on them.
Yeah,
I work here. So here's the thing. He went after everybody that he thinks is a problem. People who own things, people who have businesses. He said an interesting quote: "No problem too large for government to solve."
Or too small, important.
And so when you think of the world that way, that every problem, no matter how small or how large, is something for government to do, let me just decipher this for you. Tax increases as far as the eye can see, which means the people who need to provide jobs to the young people that you say need jobs are going to flee as quickly as they possibly can. I think this was a divisive speech, and he clearly sees the world in terms of the people who are oppressing you and the oppressed. And he said the oppressed are now in City Hall.
Yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Scott Jennings, who, again, just giving the Democrats a reality check. And trust me, we'll get to Republicans getting a reality check. We definitely will get to that point. But, you know, Democrats they're headed in a direction where, again, I don't think is a good look for their party. A lot of people have been calling them out on that. But Trump did have a message for Zohran Mamdani, because Trump, again, many people who they just don't understand the guy, and many of you guys do. You guys do understand Trump, but some people don't. And if you think that Trump is rooting against Zohran Mamdani or against New York City or against the people in New York City, you got another thing coming. This was Donald Trump speaking about that. Missed opportunity by Zohran Mamdani.
Going to work this time.
Did you see his victory speech?
No, it's literally never worked. Yeah, I thought it was a very angry speech, certainly angry toward me, and I think he should be very nice to me. You know, I'm the one that sort of has to approve a lot of things coming to him, so he's off to a bad start.
At one point he says, turn the volume up.
So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
How do you respond to that? Does that affect anything you're going to do?
It's a very dangerous statement for him to make, actually. And, you know, you talk about danger. I think it's a very dangerous statement for him to make. He has to be a little bit respectful of Washington, because if he's not, he doesn't have a chance of succeeding. And I want to make him succeed. I want to make the city succeed. I don't want to make him succeed. I want to make the city succeed, and we'll see what happens.
Did you see reaching out to him?
I would say he should reach out to us, really. I think he should reach out. Right. I'm here.
Well, again, if you think that Trump is this sort of big, bad person, he's not. He's willing to talk to you. Even if he, again, has come at you politically or attacked you before, he is one that if you reach out to him, you'll get a Donald Trump conversation. I just don't know how people don't understand this. It's the anomaly behind President Trump. But again, New York City, there's a lot of conversation to be had about who Mamdani is. But the Democrats, this is for them. This is their problem. This is a blue city already. We're talking about a lot of the people that voted, never lived there 5 years ago. So New York City has huge problems between locals, people that lived there for generations, and people who are just coming in to vote in this socialist ideology, democratic socialist ideology. So again, I don't live in New York City anymore. One of the main reasons I left was because things just weren't good. Cost of living is too high. Taxes are way too high. You can't really be a successor there. You can't succeed without getting taxed. And if you do get taxed, which I've been taxed, I don't mind paying my fair share if it's going to things that are going to improve the city, if they're going to make the city safer, if they're going to make the infrastructure better, if it's going to improve the way of living. But it's just not. So imagine all this money going to things that just, again, in my opinion, it's tough to watch the city fall apart the way it is. Anyways, to my point and my understanding, The Republican Party got their ass handed to them yesterday. We got to talk about that because I saw a very interesting statement here from George that I want to read to you guys because it's exactly how I feel, and many of you guys probably feel this way. And I thought it was very important. It's about the future of the Republican Party or the future of conservatism in politics. I'm going to read this to you because I think this is one of the most important conversations that, again, we need to have. And let me put it right here. So here we go. So George actually put this, and I want to read this out loud to you guys. In 2028, when Trump is no longer on the ballot, Republicans will have to convince me to vote for them. They will have to finally appeal to me with a message other than the Democrats are worse. None to all of that. They will have to show me that they're willing to put America first in a meaningful way. Are they going to continue the deportations? Are they going to cut off all the aid to foreign countries? Did they fulfill all the Trump's agenda if they had the power, since they have the power? My vote in power will have to be earned. It's time to get serious, right? A lot of conservatives come out with this exact message, and someone with this message was a person by the name of Megyn Kelly. Take a listen.
The Republican Party needs to get its shit together, ASAP. I'm really glad we spent the past couple of weeks, as Sean Davis of The Federalist put it, policing some young person's group chat, what a podcast host said, and what the head of a think tank over at Heritage had to say. I'm really glad that the Republicans devoted so much time to that. That was a great move. Terrific move. Way to stick together, to really shine a light on what matters. The Republicans like to lose. They enjoy losing. They enjoy when they are embattled and in a losing position and complaining. They love it. They do it really well. Less good at winning, especially when Donald Trump is not there to get them over the line. The Republican Party is not strong. Donald Trump is strong. Republicans don't know how to win. They don't know who to run. They don't know what to do when daddy's not there to fly them across the finish line. And that's just been so obvious. Meanwhile, Trump is all over the Middle East while people's groceries bills are still high. They're still dealing with inflation. They're suffering. Like, that's it. OK, we're focus on domestic policy and on making people's lives better. That's really all I have to say. Those are my top line thoughts. There's a lot to get into on why this happened and so on, but that's my top line takeaway.
And there was somebody else that I saw, as you heard, Megyn Kelly, again, letting, Republicans know what's going on, what the deal is. I saw Vivek Ramaswamy came out as well and spoke about, what's really going on. Take a listen.
We got our asses handed to us in New Jersey, Virginia, and New York City. Democrats swept all three. There's two key lessons for Republicans. Listen carefully. Number one, our side needs to focus on affordability. Make the American dream affordable. Bring down costs, electric costs, grocery costs, healthcare costs, and housing costs, and lay out how we're going to do it. And number two, cut out the identity politics. It doesn't suit Republicans. It's not for us. That's the woke left's game, not ours. We don't care about the color of your skin or your religion. We care about the content of your character. That's who we are.